before COVID-19, we had done 3 test flights. I flew on 2 of them, one from New York to Sydney and one from London to Sydney. And we did them in 19 hours, took around 20 minutes on each of them, just the way the winds were blowing. But they were an amazing experience, and we used them as a test research flight to test how our frequent flyers would feel, looking at pilot fatigue issues on it, to see how that would work. So we were taking it unbelievably seriously, and we had designed a product. We had picked an aircraft, the A350-1000. We were literally weeks away from ordering it. We had done the deal with Airbus. The aircraft was capable of doing it. We had designed a product that was designed for ultra long haul. We had done a deal with our pilots. 86% voted in favour of a new enterprise agreement. And so we were planning to order the aircraft and potentially introduce that in 23. Now we've been delayed because of COVID. We had to put that on ice. We still want to revisit it at the end of 21 with the potential of doing it in 24 probably and onwards. But that's the time frame that we think we could get there. And you mentioned the economics on the case before COVID-19 was very strong. Perth, London was the most profitable route on our international network, the longest route on our network. And it had the highest customer satisfaction of any route on our network, believe it or not, being the longest route. And what we discovered is you can design a product. We only had 230 seats on a 787 flying that long sector, deliberately giving extra seat space, deliberately making them more premium seats on board the aircraft. And the same was planned for the 350, even more so, because you could have flights up to 21 hours operating on it. And when you think it is a unique opportunity a bit for Qantas, because Australia is so far away from everywhere, we could justify a fleet size of a significant amount of aircraft that makes it economic. Where if you're a BA or a Lufthansa, probably the only place you need the aircraft for is Australia, which is 2 or 3 aircraft. Or in American Airlines, it's probably New York to Australia. And you're never going to go for a subfleet of that size for these ultra long haul flights. Where Qantas needs it, we have 3 major cities on the East Coast, Brisbane, Sydney, and Melbourne. And having flights to London, to Frankfurt, to Paris, to New York, to Chicago, to Rio de Janeiro, to Cape Town from those cities creates a significant subfleet and economics and scale that we think will work really well. So we're still very keen on it, and we think that's one of the big things that will change in the next decade and allow us to have a sustainable competitive advantage that nobody else is probably going to introduce. Founder Hudson Fish said when he founded Qantas, it was there to overcome the tyranny of distance, had as the vision. And I think he'd be pretty proud 100 years later that the ultimate tyranny of distance, the longest routes in the world, the only CE pairs that really are missing from the world's map, will be introduced when we introduce these aircraft, which I think is fantastic.